Okay, so yesterday, my husband and I sat down and tried to figure out how we're gonna do this game plan of clearing out all of our house, because it is overwhelming. We got into a heated discussion yesterday because we're both overwhelmed. And we just needed to come up with a better game plan than what we had. And so that's what we did. Let me just kind of show you what we did. Each person has their own system that's going to work for them, but what we thought to do is that we were going to focus on clearing out our house currently has 3 levels. We have the top floor, which is where the bedrooms are, the middle floor, which is where the living room, kitchen is, and then we have a basement. It's basically right now overrun with toys and some boxes, storage stuff. So what we thought was we are going to clear out the basement first, so that way we have one level completely cleared, and we can just basically shut the door and everything is up in the living space. So once that's done, then we're going to kind of start at the office. These are just like big items or big categories of things, so that we can check them off as we get things done. So if we only have a few minutes to work on one thing, we can pick one thing and work on it and kind of help each other out by marking it off. So this is kind of our plan. So working up on the top floor, kind of the low threat stuff, which is like the hall closet, the kids' bathroom. I mean, towels and things like that are going to be fairly easy to do. And then the master bedroom, like I said, we've already done that once, but kind of go through again. The boys' room is going to be the hardest. So we spent all day yesterday going through the boys' toys yet again, trying to organize them and weed through as much as possible. So I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old, and the 7-year-old has grown out of a lot of this stuff, but our 4-year-old still plays with it, and they rotate stock, if you will. So they play with one thing for a while, then they go to another. So when we went through and sold all of our furniture at the yard sale, we intentionally got rid of the boys' furniture, so their dressers and things like that, and some of the toy containers. So we literally just shoved everything into the closet. It's like the one time that we were ever allowing that. Well, as you can imagine, as with all kids, it migrated out of the closet, and so yesterday was the worst it had been. It was just kind of all over the floor, and they had played and just thrown it all over. It was like an explosion went off because they kind of wanted to do it that way. So I had gone to Walmart and bought some stuffed animal bags that you can zip up and then use as furniture, and then I also bought some storage bins to use for their clothes. I prefer that versus the hanging files, because the storage things, they mimic dressers. You can pack them in there and fold them a certain way so they stay nice and organized. Where the storage hanging shelves, I've used them before, and I just find that I basically becomes a mess after a while. So I was trying it. Plus the storage bins, they're the under the bed storage ones that have the lid on them. I think those are going to be about the same size as what we're going to use in our RV. So I'm going to, that was the thought for that. So either they'll drop right in, or they're going to be close enough in size that I can take everything out and put it into the actual underbed storage that the bunk beds are going to have, and then use that, the plastic bins, for my craft stuff or other miscellaneous. And if we don't have need of them, then we'll either return them or donate them or something. So yesterday we spent so much time going through the books, the kids' books that they have, and their toys, just trying to organize it. So I made them all pick one bin that they had that they wanted to keep for like the next week. I was like, the toys you want to play with for the next week. Everything else we're just going to put in the bigger bin underneath it. So in their closet right now, we have those toys organized sort of by rough category, and then we have a big kind of catch-all for all the big toys that don't really fit. My son Jonathan, he's 4, he loves the kitchen items, so he's gotten several iterations of like kitchen baskets or kitchen food items that have like 100 pieces to them. Yeah, for anybody who's a parent who's got 100 items or multiple piece items, after a while you're just like, why did I do this? Why did I do it again and again? So, but those are fairly easy because they're all kind of the same thing. They're like the food. So you put it all in there, but we still need to go through and really downsize. So right now we have a gazillion toys down on the basement floor because what I had done originally was organize them out and like place them all side by side so it was very easy to see. You could go down, pick the toy you want, and bring it up. And then our plan was to bring it upstairs. Sorry, I'm shaking pretty bad. To bring it upstairs, once you want to play with it, you bring it upstairs, and then you don't put it back down again. And so whatever's left down there then becomes the okay to donate pile. Well, that was working great. We were narrowed down, and then I think my son had a friend over, and it exploded. We had boxes of Legos in there, like all sorted by color pieces. Yeah, they're all over the floor downstairs. I'm so overwhelmed, I can't even think about it. So really for us, for me personally, my biggest task is gonna be going through toys. And it sounds horrible, but I feel like we're just gonna end up donating a lot of stuff. But I don't wanna get rid of the stuff that they play with. Well, you guys know, you just don't wanna cause mass chaos and meltdowns and emotional turmoil and trauma over toys. So our plan right now is just to keep it simple and to use those lists and to try and tackle things small amount of time. Those are 10 rooms, if you will, 10 kind of big areas that we're going to tackle. So 10 days, if you allocate one full day to each one. Some of them are going to be able to get, multiple things done in a day. Well, one room might take a couple days. And right now it is this weekend is Memorial Day. And so we're anticipating our RV being ready around the middle to end of August. Should be before the beginning of, or by the beginning of September at the latest. So that gives us about 15 or so weeks, which seems like a lot, but not really. So that is what our plan is now. And I just wanted to let everybody know that this is the I'm feeling overwhelmed part, the I can't believe how much stuff we have part, and the I want to quit and just pretend this never happened part. So just to give you an example, we moved from Virginia to upstate New York. We had 50,000 pounds of our stuff, and then it dropped to about half of that, so about 25,000. We got rid of all that by the time we left New York to come here. Well, then we got rid of some stuff when we first moved in, but then we gave my brother a 16-foot U-Haul truck full of things over this past Christmas. And I swear it's like it never changed. And then we had our yard sale on top of that. And I still feel like you could walk in and be like, you got rid of stuff? I'm like, where's it coming from? It's like you take off the first layer and more just bubbles up. You take off the next layer and more just bubbles up. I'm like, okay, how many layers do we have? So if we get the basement done and cleared and close the door, then it's like, finally, nothing else can bubble up from the basement. It's all up here. And then eventually we'll keep going through and keep going through. So I think originally when we cleared everything out, it was kind of like just getting off the big stuff and all the stuff that we know for sure we're not going to keep and don't have any emotional attachment to, just getting stuff gone. Now comes the hard part of really looking and being like, okay, this is not going to fit. This, I don't need it anymore. Or even though I might think I need it, it's not going to be enough to justify carrying it around forever when I could use that space to put something else that either I definitely need or that, is important to us as a family. So this is the overwhelmed part and the I'm having second thoughts about it and the what if we get into it and it's horrible and we hate it and now we have no furniture part. Yeah, so this is a little bit afraid moment. Still excited because our plan is by the time we drive the RV up outside and we sit there with it, that all we have left in this house is the stuff that we literally take and move in there, and then we spend the night and we don't have any other stuff. And then whatever's left in the house should be the big stuff, like the picture, the bed, the furniture that's left, that literally can either be donated or picked up and taken away for us. So that's our plan. We've got enough time to do it. We just have to buckle down and do it and get over the emotional part of doing it, which is always the hardest, whether you're downsizing to live in an RV or you're just cleaning stuff up because it's taking over your life. And I, for one, am ready to be free of the stuff I have to work for, to go buy, to bring into my house, that I then have to work on my time off to make sure it's kept up, to clean the big house, to clean everything, to I mean, every time I come home, it's exhausting. When I go to work, it's exhausting. I'm like, I'm just ready to have one less thing rule my life and get my time back, because time is all we have. And we're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're guaranteed right now, the moment we're in. And that's only till the moment passes. So I'm going to enjoy every moment we can. And right now, nothing is more important than the time with our family and the people we care about. So that is what our focus is. Even though right now my time is spent doing stuff I hate, dealing with stuff, and wondering how in the world we ever got so much stuff. It's horrible. Ah. So, all right, here we go. Let's see if we can get some progress.